Hello dear students, I am Dr. Chandrakala HT. In this video on a network layer, I'll be teaching you a type of routing algorithms, non-adaptive routing algorithms. Non-adaptive routing algorithms are the ones which are not very adaptive to the situation of the network which is currently going on, whether the network is currently overloaded or the network topology has changed. So it will never base its routing decisions on measurements and estimations of network traffic or topology. Instead, what is done in non-adaptive routing algorithm is the routes to different nodes is computed in advance and offline by the network administrator, and when the network is booted, it will the routes which are computed earlier are downloaded and stored in the routers. So the router will route the packets based on what is based on the routes which are manually pre-stored in it. It will never change these values in the routing table. This can also be called as a static routing. The non-adaptive routing algorithms can be further classified into two types: flooding and random walk, based on the strategy which is used by the routers to forward the packets to the best available routes. The first technique, flooding. In this technique, a router will just send the incoming packet on every outgoing line except the one on which it arrived. So the router will have multiple outgoing lines and multiple incoming lines, of course. So as soon as it gets a packet, the router will take it and it will put it or send it across all the available lines except the line through which that packet came to the router. So the problem with this method is the packets may go on in a loop. So here it doesn't, the router doesn't make any discretion or decision on which route the packet should follow to reach the destination in time. It will simply flood it across on all possible routes, thinking that finally it will reach its destination on some particular route. But because of this method, packets can go looping on the network and each node might receive several copies of the packets, which is undesirable. Lot of network bandwidth will be wasted. But this technique is further improvised in order to overcome these problems. So some of the methods used to overcome this problem are sequence numbers is the first method. So in this method, every packet will be given a unique sequence number. When a node receives a packet, it will see the source address plus the sequence number. If the node identifies that a packet with the same sequence number was received by it earlier and it was transmitted, then this packet will not be transmitted by the node. It will simply discard this particular packet. So this avoids it from sending an unnecessary packet onto the network. The second method is hop count method. So in every packet, a hop count will be included. Hop count information will be associated with every incoming packet. This hop count is decremented as soon as it reaches a node. So the decrementation is done by one at each node. So the hop count says, say from source to destination, there are 6 hops. If it reaches an intermediate node, for every intermediate node, the hop count is decreased by 1. Say if it goes through 3 intermediate nodes, the count will be decremented by 1 at each node, and finally in the third intermediate node, the hop count will be 3. So like this, the hop count keeps on decremented. When the hop count becomes 0, and if that particular packet with hop count 0 is received at a particular node, it means that the packet has reached its maximum possible hop count, and hence the packet will be dropped by the node. So of course, by default, it's understood that the hop count will reach 0 only if the packet has reached the final destination. If this node which received the particular incoming packet with 0 hop count, if it is not the destination, naturally the packet has to be dropped. The third method to overcome the flooding problem is spanning tree. So in spanning tree method, the packets will be sent only on those links which are part of a spanning tree. So spanning tree will not contain any duplicate nodes. So using this idea, a spanning tree of nodes will be constructed between the source and destination, between the path between the path of the source and destination. The packet will be sent only on those nodes, on those links which are part of the spanning tree. So this avoids loops happening in the transmission of that particular packet. So along with spanning tree, if the spanning tree has to be constructed, then the intermediate node should have a topology of, should have a knowledge of the network topology. Only then the spanning tree mechanism can work. So flooding technique looks impractical for general kind of applications, but whenever a high degree of robustness is desirable for the network, like maybe military applications, if a particular packet is received, then the network should make sure that it finally reaches the destination without fail, then flooding will be of great help. But for other general purpose applications, flooding is not desirable as it wastes too much of network bandwidth. The second type of non-adaptive routing algorithm is random walk. In this method, a packet received at a particular node will be sent to one of its neighboring node randomly. So a node, when it receives a packet, it randomly sends the packet to one of its neighbor. This algorithm is highly robust. So, and it's suitable in those networks which are highly interconnected. So surely there will be many alternate routes between two nodes. So randomly, if a node puts the packet in any of the neighboring node also, there is a chance that the packet will reach the destination following the alternative routes. So this method will reduce the load on the router in establishing the routing table. So generally, a node, when it has to send a packet to its neighbor, it will only check which neighbor is leastly queued currently. So whichever neighboring node has less packets in the queue, to that particular queue, the particular packet will be sent by the node. That's it. So this is how the random walk technique works. So this method is highly robust and it can make use of bandwidth in an excellent fashion. It can you make use of the bandwidth in the best optimal way. So that was about the non-adaptive routing algorithms. Thank you.